of the American market because I just had that moment earlier tonight before the show. I was like, I really want a ginger ale. So I just walked up to the store and three different choices. And I saw the blackberry and was like, yeah, I need a blackberry. It's so good. But with that, I do want to talk a little bit about some soda talk because I'm still kind of confused by the craze. So why don't we dive into a Shedtime podcast and maybe we can get to the bottom of this craze. So it's the Shedtime podcast in 3, 2, 1. Let's do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Shedtime. What is Shedtime, you ask? Well, it's code for the consumption of cannabis, but it's much more than that. Shedtime's a state of mind. It's art, it's music, it's cryptocurrency, technology, it's food, it's vaping. It can be whatever you want it to be, as long as you're not letting the bastards get you down, not being a dick, and making it fun. When you're in the shed, it's whatever your mind allows you to create. So now let's get to the Shedtime podcast.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's the air horn, which means welcome back to another episode of the Shedtime podcast. And I'm just really confused by this dirty soda craze.
I don't even know what it means.
Yeah, I was reading through that, bro, and it made no fucking sense. I'm like, why?
So quite literally, the whole trend for people who are just as confused as the boys, and even me to an extent, the whole trend is putting cream in soda. People are doing it to Coke, Dr. Pepper, Pepsi, any flavor of soda you like. People are trying it to see, what the combo is. Obviously, an obvious one that makes sense to me. If you do that to orange soda, it should come out like a creamsicle. So an orange creamsicle, I can see how people would get behind that vibe. But first and foremost, something really weirds me out about the idea of putting dairy in my soda.
Okay, well, hold on. I have no idea, so I'm totally cool, sound like an idiot. Does cream soda actually have dairy in it? Because to me, they're just making it like a cream soda do.
Well, that's what the Mountain Dew brand is going to release, but the actual craze is people putting just dairy cream into
like
soda.
They have like table cream.
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it, dude. Either that or even just straight milk, bro. Just like pouring milk into like fucking like sodas and shit and drinking it.
So
like
basically,
and it's called dirty soda.
Well, that's what they're calling it because you pour it into like a somewhat translucent or somewhat clear looking liquid and you cloudy it up with the fucking cream and it makes it look like dirty fucking water.
And well, not just that, but even if you put it like, let's say you're doing Dr. Pepper or Coke or something.
That's what I'm saying. It just turns into like a murky,
it's like a murky fucking dirty mess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, according to this, dirty soda is a customizable non-alcoholic soda drink made by adding flavored syrups, juices, and cream to a base soda, originating in Utah and popularized by soda shops like Swig. Common ingredients include a cola, coconut syrup, lime juice, and half, but flavors and add-ins vary widely, creating rich, fizzy, mocktail-like experiences. The trend is spread nationwide, partially thanks to its virality on social media platforms like TikTok. But yeah,
dude, like, half and half though.
Like,
I want to know how much they're putting in, dude. Are they putting the same amount as a coffee?
I mean,
who knows, dude?
You know what I mean?
Yes, and that's
like
the
half
thing,
an
right?
ounce of fucking half and half into like a bottle. It seems so weird.
So hold on, I'm gonna try to find like a video example of somebody making a dirty soda because we can get these little shorts and shit.
Yeah, while you're looking for that, like. I understand where you're coming from, Chris, but this is also one of those things where it's like, I don't think we can quite understand it because it's one of those things that we've never done. So it's never been on our radar. So why would we ever think of it? That's why it's so weird. But like, it's just like anything, dude, like your whole, cheese on apple pie thing. Like to me, you saying that was the first time I had ever heard anybody doing that. That's why to me, it makes no fucking sense. You know what I mean?
Well,
Because
I guess in
I
that
personally
note,
never would have thought to do it. Why would
dude,
I?
this makes more sense than that. Probably like
Kinda.
putting
To me,
creams
yeah,
in
yeah.
pop because like I've had floats,
Well,
which is just
exactly.
iced cream.
That's kind of my thinking. Is
Yeah,
it's almost
I guess
like
I would try it.
I would be more inclined to try this than that cheese on apple pie thing.
I'm thinking of it like this, like this is all brought on, folks, by the fact that excuse me, Mountain Dew is about to release a Mountain Dew cream soda, a bottled version of a dirty soda, and like to me, that becomes like a little bit easier of like a stepping point in, because like we were saying about the cream soda, I don't believe any of the cream sodas I would buy on the market right now are using real cream in them. It's just cream flavoring. And I expect that's what Pepsi is going to do with this version of Mountain Dew. So it's like I almost want to taste it that way first before I completely broaden the horizon of actually taking some half and half and pouring it into a cup of soda. Because like again, I can see the logic behind it. Like you said, like with floats, like it's just having the melted ice cream in basically.
Well, like a
So
far less sweet version of ice cream, but yeah,
well, and that begs that actually may not always be the case because let's face it, I know like in James's house they use the Coffee Mate International Delights flavored creamers, which are also pretty sweetened.
yeah, but they're
If
not
you,
also really that dairy though. Like, dude, some of those things you can buy off the shelf. They're like beside the fucking Tetra packs of like apple juice. It's like that chocolate milk that you can get off the shelf. You only have to refrigerate it after you open it.
That's if you buy the specifically the non-dairy one.
yeah, like International Delight, for example, is not dairy free. It is an actual liquid
Yeah,
creamer.
you have to keep that refrigerated if you're buying the liquid. You could obviously get like the fucking, you know, fucking powdered shit, but that's different, completely different story.
And they do make liquid ones that are shelf stable. I'm not going to
Yeah, because you
discount
can
that.
get them
Yeah.
at the dollar store.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they just like be without
Like there's French vanilla ones or whatever.
but like in that vein, I can see, you know, taking like a French vanilla creamer like that, adding that into
dude,
a root
putting
beer
that I was just
or
Or a
about to say,
Pepsi. Yeah.
or a Dr. Pepper, like it would taste like a root beer float without the ice cream in it.
and I feel like you'd only need like a splash.
Yeah,
Like one of those little creamers would probably
Like not
be enough.
even that much, bro. Like a half. You know what I mean? Literally like just a little fucking splash in there.
I mean, I think that I'm just gonna try this. Fuck it. I'll try it.
yeah. I just found a Facebook video clip short of somebody making one so that we can actually see, you know, roughly what people are putting into these as their amount of cream and soda. So here we go. I got it pulled up right now. And let's see how this guy's getting her done. Oh, he's getting fancy with it. Putting the pineapple and watermelon.
A little Sprite. Shot of watermelon. Sprite.
Like I can get behind all of this.
Yeah, see, this is
Watermelon, pineapple, Sprite. Absolutely.
He's layering it too.
I know that's kind of high-ended.
Oh, and then he's topping it with the cream.
Yeah, it was a little more cream than I would have expected.
Plus, if you stir it too much, you lose the fizz, no?
I would think.
If you stir it, you're better stirring it than shaking it.
I'll agree with that. Honestly, seeing this dude pull up lavender syrup, I have like natural lavender syrup right now, and that would slap in some Sprite.
Oh, dude, I can't do floral shit, dude.
Oh, he's putting a whole lot of that. Was it almond milk? Is that what silk is?
Always frothing it.
Oh man, he's going in. That is.
I mean, it's interesting. I will say that this is interesting.
I'm intrigued enough. I would try it. I'm not immediately like opposed to this idea. It's still so weird to me. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna, pour this half and half or this cream or this almond milk into my soda.
I'll do it in a small glass to try it first.
Right. No, 100%. I ain't ruining the whole Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
You kidding me? I will say though, like we talk about it all the time on here. Can art from the Mountain Dew team always been killing it lately. That is a pretty good looking label.
Yeah, no, I think that the cans look crazy, dude.
Like the ripples of cream going through like that. Like it is a good looking product. I mean, I'm very intrigued to try it when it does hit the market.
They've always just chosen solid fonts, and I feel like that's gotten them a long way.
Oh, 100%. Like the OG styling of that dirty with their classic.
I also really like the fact that they have a fucking 0 sugar option and a sugar option.
Yeah.
I'm so upset that they did that with that trolley one, bro, because I wanted to try it so bad.
Oh, yo, on the note of that, I found a place that I can get it.
Why would you want to after watching me?
What's that?
I said, why would you want to after watching me?
No, I don't want to. I could have bought it. I was there. I looked at the case. It was right there in front of me. But I was like, I'm not getting that. Why would I get that? But I did. Like Liz took me this place on Saturday, and they have like a ton of like international snacks, I guess. So there's like snacks from like all over the world, but there's a reasonable amount of snacks like from America. So like there was dude, they have tons of different trolleys. So I got the Mountain Dew trolleys. I haven't opened them yet. After you guys were talking about them recently, I just happened to see them there, dude. They're not cheap though. Dude, I struggled to get my wallet out to pay for some of these things, but I got it regardless. So I got those to try. I got like a couple of different pops. But then the fucking hilarious thing is this dude is like, one of the pops I had as a kid. I haven't had it since I was a kid. And like I don't even know if it's from America, but it's like crushed birch beer, it's called.
They make a birch beer?
Yeah. I have the can upstairs in the fridge. I also got a can of one of the S tier Mountain Dews, aka fucking the good old orange one that James hates, dude.
The worst one out of them all.
Oh no, it's for me, it's like S tier. Like Livewire is really good, so I got a can of that.
S meaning shit.
Superior is the way that I see it.
Superior shit, fine. Exactly. Yeah. Just kidding, dude.
Yeah, I got that, and I got one other one. I can't remember what it was, but it was.
Did you get mango?
No, but they did have
not mango. The dragon fruit. I mean.
No, they didn't have it. If they did, I would have bought it. They didn't have frostbite either, which I was kind of disappointed about because I was like, oh yeah, it hasn't been gone that long that maybe they've had it. They didn't have it. No, it wasn't even a Mountain Dew, the one I got. I think it might have been like I don't know. I'll have to get back to you on that. I can't remember what it was. Because they had a lot of stuff. Oh, lemon Fanta. I've never seen it before. Yeah, that's what
I've never seen it either.
Yeah.
Lemon Fanta,
and I haven't tried it
yet. To me.
Honestly, the first thing I did was I drank a Livewire the next day. Like that's exactly what had to happen. But yeah, it was cool. I was kind of hyped that we got there because I had no idea where we're going, and we just like parked downtown and we like walked like a couple blocks and like we walked into the store, and like the place was called like the High Mart.
Hell yeah.
And dude, I thought that honestly it was going to be a place to buy weed. I thought it was going to be a dispensary.
No, it's a place you go to after you bought weed.
Yeah, it does make sense now. But yeah, and dude, they had just tons of snacks. Like it was pretty cool.
It's like that app company that came out not too long ago, Puff and Go. Have you guys heard of that?
No.
It's literally, I think it's called Puff and Go or something like that. But it's literally a Munchies delivery service sort of situation, to where you can hit them up and get whatever like sort of like fucking snack foods or whatever you want. I'm pretty sure it's called. Is it Puff and Go? I'm gonna look at it.
I mean, it's
You're
a
making
brilliant
me
idea.
realize that like there's a very untapped market in the idea of what if a company like that could pick up your weed for you and
No,
bring you
that's
your
okay.
munchies.
Well, they should be able to use. There used to be like bottle services all the time up here, like where you could just call and order liquor. Dial a bottle, it was called. And they would just go get you liquor and then bring it to your house.
Yeah,
You didn't
like,
have to leave the house.
Go Puff. It's called Go Puff. Sorry. Either
Go
way, I
Puff.
messed it up. But yeah, it's called Go Puff. You can get alcohol and food.
Interesting. Which almost feels like they're angling for when
Dude,
they're legally allowed to just deliver weed too.
Check this out, bro. If you use the code welcome, you get 50% off your first order.
Damn, dude.
Within says delivered as fast as 15 minutes.
Yeah, I guess it would depend on what you want.
I mean, it's kind of genius. A DoorDash.
You can use stamps and EBT
idea
benefits as well.
Oh shit!
Yeah, dude. I mean, theoretically, you should not be able to use that.
No. Well,
I mean,
technically, you're buying only things that you'd be able to use it on from that place anyway, because you can only use that stuff to buy like food and those types of products, right?
Yeah, I used to have to process those sales for people. There are limits as to what you can and can't buy, and I mean, realistically, the concern I would have is how is the service paid for? So, like,
maybe they'll accept it, but you have to pay $5 cash or something.
Yeah, like my thinking is like there's obviously got to be a probably mileage delivery fee of some sort, and so
I'm sure
that should not and cannot be paid for by the SNAP benefit. But I mean, at the end of the day, like I can see a situation where a single mom, can't go get some juice for her sick kid and needs to use an app like that to get it brought in and pay for it.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's useless, but it is kind of wild.
I also see where it can be ripe for abuse if the controls aren't in place.
Yeah, you 100%. Have people that are just fucking ordering like 20 bags of Ruffles and like 3 cases of pop. And it's like that's supposed to feed like a family.
In a lot of places, those are eligible items. There are some states that have banned those kind of products, but in most states, those are eligible products. So like when I worked at a gas station convenience store, the number of people I would see come in and like they'd buy a bag of chips and a soda and, drop $6-7 of their SNAP benefits on it. And it's
out here too, majority of fast food restaurants take it nowadays too. So that's like get your burger and fries.
That's like the part of the world I have no idea about. Like
I never had it. I've never used it, so I don't really know much about it. I just see it on the window now accepting EBT when you're walking.
Yeah, like I've definitely never seen that before. Like I'm sure we have some other service not called EBT, but yeah, I've never noticed that before. I've never seen anyone use food stamps or like the equivalent or whatever in my life.
What I find interesting about this is that like the WIC program, for example. So, this is a program that gives basically like a coupon booklet to new mothers to help them with formula, milk, and certain healthy foods in order to help raise their newborn children. That has very strict limitations. Like you can only use those stamps at grocery stores and on very specific items. And I always found it interesting that like the food stamp programs were a lot more relaxed than the WIC program. Cause it always felt like when I was poor growing up, we never went on food stamps, but we did hit the food pantry. And like the food pantry, they weren't giving us Doritos. You know what I mean? Like you were getting, canned
Like a bag of
vegetables.
pasta or something.
Yeah, dry pasta, maybe a bag of potatoes, a bag of, apples, things like that. You were getting like real food ingredients for you to work with, and you'd get, probably a good $100 to $150 worth of groceries, depending on the program that you were signed up to. And that would just be a huge help. You could maybe get a couple rolls of ground hamburger meat, and you just, throw those in the freezer, and that's 2-3 meals right there that you're not going to need to go buy hamburger for. Like it was a blessing. But even them, like they weren't looking for the donations of junk food. You weren't going to get soda pops and shit like that. You were going to get a canned juice and like actual fruit juice, and maybe some dried
Powdered
fruit
milk
instead
or
of,
some shit.
yeah. Thank God we never got anything like powdered milk. I will say that's how I learned to actually enjoy box mashed potatoes, and I will defend box mashed potatoes. It takes work. Don't get me wrong. Out of the box, plain undoctored, they're garbage. It's just fucking food glue, and it tastes terrible. But when it's what you've got because the food pantry hooked it up, like you learn to doctor the shit out of those and make them taste like some real ass mashed potatoes.
I think I've had them like once in my life, dude. Then I think that it was like more like just you and your friends were high and thought that it'd be hilarious to make them.
I mean,
Dude,
what's
potatoes
fucked
are
up?
so cheap, dude. Like
Well,
I would
what's
never
fucked
think of
up?
buying boxed ones.
Box mashed potatoes is still real potato. Like it's literally just
It's
shaved
just-
down potato
yeah.
flake. So like it's just dehydrated and shaved flakes. Once you add the water, it rehydrates. You get mashed potatoes. And the fucked up thing is that it's kind of shocking when you find out how many restaurants use just well doctored box mashed potato flake for their mashed potatoes in their restaurants.
You can
Oh yeah, I
tell,
wouldn't be
you could
surprised.
tell which ones, dude.
Not
Majority of the
always,
time.
man.
Not always,
Like-
but for the most part.
Dude, like
'Cause you-
KFC and Popeyes definitely.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
100%. Bro,
100%.
because you can never get that smooth of a consistency of mashed potato otherwise. You know what I mean?
You
There's
could
at
fucking
least-
blend the shit and wouldn't be
Yeah,
as smooth.
there's at least a little chunk here or there. It may not be huge, but at least there's at least a little. You know what I mean? Dude, with box, you can like to me, I can instantly kind of tell just by how the fucking spoon moves through it, dude.
Dude, it's almost
You know
like
what I mean?
sand though.
Yeah, I can't do it, dude.
See, like I hear those things and I'm like, man, people have been making some really bad mashed potatoes around y'all.
Well, that and they make really good real mashed potatoes. So it's like I'd rather have the real shit.
Yeah, because like, dude, like I don't know how much it costs for a bag of potatoes, but like a 5-pound bag of potatoes here, it's like $3 US. Like, dude, you can't eat that many potatoes. Like, you can definitely, but like the only way you're doing it is you have a bunch of people over, you have a family, you're gonna like cut them up and like freeze them or whatever, or you're gonna jar them. Like it's a lot of fucking potatoes and it's cheap, dude.
I mean, it's $5 to $7 is what I'm seeing for a 5-pound bag of potatoes.
That's insane. Dude, I can go to like farms here and you can get a bag for $5. Even at the grocery store, it's $5.
Yeah, like these are so like I found one here on sale right now in my area for $2.99, regularly $4.99.
Yeah, that's insane.
And like the crazy thing is that I can probably make just as many rounds of mashed potatoes out of a one simple box for like $1.99 as those. So like I get why the food pantry was like, here. Like, would I rather
No, it
eat
makes
real
sense because it
potato
also
over
doesn't
it?
go
Like,
bad.
So like, would I
takes a
rather eat
long
real
time to
potatoes?
go bad.
Sure. But yeah, like I get it. And that's how I learned to like it. Cause like, man, I live in a house that we're not going to eat a lot of real potato. Like if I bought a 5-pound bag, I better start growing some potatoes afterward because I'm going to have a lot of rooting potato plants just from not eating them fast enough. But that, like you said, that box can sit in the cabinet, and I won't buy those, like, because again, I don't want to do that much work. Like they make some good doctored ones now. I ain't mad at them. Take those, add a little extra to them, a little sour cream, a little, actual cheese. They don't suck. They're not as good as the real, but they don't
Yeah,
suck.
I would just get the real.
Even
if I just because you can buy bulk, like you don't have to buy the prepackaged stuff. You can just go in and like put in like the clear bag, whatever. Just buy like 2 fucking potatoes, just peel them, make some mashed potatoes. It'll cost you like fucking 80 cents. You're like, all right, that's a nice meal. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm only doing it for special occasions.
I don't really. The only time I make mashed potatoes, really, on it, like lately, is making shepherd's pie. I literally just boil the potatoes, mash them, just for shepherd's pie, and I just grab them from the freezer because, like, I just cut them up and peel them. If I want, I do some peel, some cut up. I just put them in little fucking freezer containers, and then I just grab one out. I'll make hash browns, or I'll grab one out and I'll make shepherd's pie. Or
I
I'll
will
grab one
say
out and I'll like fucking put a little bit of olive oil and some spices and put it in the air fryer.
the baby potatoes, like the little baby russets and shit, making smashed potatoes out of those. That became one of my new favorite things.
Bro, one thing for me, bro, about potatoes, like, 'cause I love a lot of potato dishes or, potato variants, but I fucking hate potato skins or skin on a potato.
Yeah, okay. So this I have a this is not a this is a
fucking
question, James.
hate it.
Okay. So you know what I found? I was like you. When I was a kid, I would never eat potato skin. Like I would just eat the inside. If we had baked potatoes, I'd eat the inside, whatever. Dude, in the last 2 years, living in a place that is like known for potatoes, like more than Idaho would be known for potatoes, kind of thing. Like that's what PEI is known for. And fucking dude, when you get new potatoes, the skin on them is literally paper thin. Now I don't mind eating it. Like I'll chop up hash browns. I just make sure that there's like no like blemishes. I just chop it up with the fucking skin because it's virtually not even there. I've never honestly. It's so weird because growing up, I was not close to places that grew potatoes heavy, so you'd get like 2-3 millimeter thick potato skin, which is disgusting.
Dude, to me, it just tastes like fucking dirt, bro. No matter what you do to it, what kind of spices and oils,
you can cover it with butter and sour cream. It still tastes like it.
To me, it just tastes like fucking dirt. What I always end up doing is like, because I enjoy those potatoes, Sean. Those are the little tiny russets. But you know what I have to do? I have to fucking smash it with the fork a little bit to break the skin, and then I'll peel the skin off of them and eat them.
See that's
like extreme for me. I would not do that, but
that's I'm thinking about like you couldn't even do that with the smashed potato. That's a bummer. Oh,
because you can peel it, then he smashes the thing.
Well, yeah. No, but what I'm saying is the whole point of the smashed potato is that crispy skin.
I don't like it, dude.
So like
trust me, boys, I've tried. Every time, like it hits me at the end, like because I'll even enjoy it sometimes for a second, and then at the end, bro, as soon as like all the deliciousness is gone, I'm just left with dirt. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, dude, the PEI potatoes, that does not happen. But the new potatoes, there's zero dirt flavor, zero. I guarantee. But I love the consistency is the thing too.
Yeah, like maybe I like you're gonna baked feel potatoes, bro. Like I like a roasted potato sort of situation. But dude, there's something about the skin, bro. Just fucking.
As long as they're peeled.
Yeah.
But or the baked potato, you just eat it out of the vessel.
I would literally what I do, bro, is I'll cut it a slice down the center, and then I'll take each end and I'll go like this.
Yeah, you squish
push it together, and then flip it upside down, and literally just like all the center comes out, and then just take the fucking.
Oh, I'll eat it out of the skin.
No, I do it like that, and then I turned it pretty much into like fucking mashed potatoes. I just fucking smash it all up on my fucking fork, put a fuck ton of butter in it, fucking a little bit of some cheese, bacon bits.
Oh man, like I wouldn't enjoy things like a twice baked potato without the skin.
Yeah, dude, I'm all out on that. I'm out on like the whole potato skin craze. That was a thing for a while. Like
I love potato skins. Like I get excited when I find them on a menu somewhere still.
But it's weird though.
I don't really like them all that much.
Here's a situation where I can get past it. Fry the potato. Because you know how like sometimes you can get like a potato
like skin
wedge,
on French fry or a potato wedge,
or like skin on a French like that. I don't mind as much. Yeah, I could deal with that. There's something about frying it that takes away that fucking dirt taste, dude. But
because now it just tastes like fry oil.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it tastes like the fries of meals past. Oh man, damn. Yeah. Like I even like skin on in lumpy mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I'm out.
Like I'm even down for that.
I'm only down for that as recently. As a kid, even an adult, actually. Through my 30s, dude, I'd be like, I would
eat it, but I wouldn't like be like loving it.
No, I probably wouldn't even have ate it. I'd pick at maybe where the skin wasn't, but like I would look at the host and be like, "You're serving me this trash?" Like that's what I would say with my eyes. Like I wouldn't say it out loud because that'd be rude. But I'll definitely give you a look like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
And then I'd give you the look like, "For shame, Chris."
Yeah. You'd be like, "You don't want it? Don't fucking eat it, bitch."
Yeah. All these vitamins, all these vitamins you're just leaving behind.
Dude, you sound like my father. He used to say that to me all the time. He's like, all the
best vitamins are in it.
He's like, all you like is corn and potatoes, and you don't even eat the good part of it.
How do you not eat the good part of the corn?
No, this corn's not really good for you, but the potato is what I meant. Because like when I was a kid, I would almost only eat corn and potatoes, and I'd be like, I'm eating my vegetables. Like, leave me alone.
Does it still like trip you guys out that when you eat corn, it still comes out the way it went in?
I don't eat corn. In part because of that.
I never really like investigate too much. But no, that definitely doesn't bother me.
It is a very.
It doesn't really bother me either because like I'm not really taking a peek, but it's just something that popped in my head because we were talking about corn.
It is the weird question that we all ask: is how is it that I can chew it as much as I chewed it and it still looks whole?
Yeah.
Well, it's not all the corn you eat, though. It can't be because it can't recreate itself. But
it can't be. But it's one of those mysteries of life.
Yeah, it also makes you wonder how you get any level of nutrients from corn, which I guess theoretically you don't get very much.
Are we really surprised when we think about this, though? We're talking about a thing that when dry and then added to oil turns into popcorn, this weird, starchy fluff ball thing that somehow tastes really good.
It's like eating celery or lettuce, though, dude. You burn more calories eating it than you get from it.
It's true. It is a calorically neutral food. There are a lot of diets that are like it is negligible. Like you get all the value of vitamins and minerals, and the caloric intake is so negligible that you can eat as much as you want. Same with cucumber. It's like 70% water.
Dude, that's another thing, bro.
Fuck cucumber, dude. God, I hate cucumber.
Hate cucumber, dude. Pickle
But
that
you
shit,
like
So
pickle.
gross, bro.
pickle that shit though, and I'm all over it, bro.
No,
It's
I'm 100% out then too.
for me, it's mainly because it doesn't taste really like fucking anything, and the texture is kind of weird, but also similar to other things that I don't know what it. I just don't fucking like cucumber, dude. It tastes green to me. Does that make
Oh, it
sense?
100% tastes green. I agree with that entirely. Like if
Just
green
green.
plants if green plants have a taste, it's cucumber.
Yeah, it's just green. You know what I mean? That's what
I
it tastes.
enjoy that taste,
I don't.
but I get why people don't like it because it's
I would enjoy.
grassy. Like
There you
And
go.
it's slimy.
That
Dude.
too. It is kind of slimy.
Like anything, you cut it. Well, I don't obviously, but I've seen people. My mom used to make it all the time. She put it in salad. You cut it and it sticks to the fucking knife. Like it's so slimy that it will stick to the knife. Like you make the slice and you pull the knife up and it's still got the fucking cucumber. Like
that. Well, the all right, Chris. The knife
disgusting,
thing
bro.
though, cheese isn't slimy and it still sticks to the knife too.
Cheese
So,
is sort of slimy, but it's just a very different kind of slimy.
I
Because
wouldn't
it's
call hard
greasy,
cheddar.
oily.
I would say
okay,
oily.
greasy, oily. All
I
right,
would
all
say
right.
it's tacky.
Because it's got all that grease goodness.
But this is the thing, Chris, when it comes to cucumber, you don't have to eat the middle. Like I know lots of people who will completely remove the gooey middle part where the seeds are. Because I could totally, I could see that being fucking unenjoyable in a lot of instances, particularly
Dude, you know
in
what's
salads.
so crazy though? You know what's so crazy, Sean? That's my fucking favorite part of the pickle, bro.
Yeah, right?
Like,
That just
dude,
soft edge
yeah, like
of a spear.
dude, like when you were a kid and you'd get like the big dill pickles or whatever from like the ballpark or whatever, I would literally like fucking like bite like the top off, like some with like a straw or something, or even my fucking fingers sometimes, like fucking dig the fucking center of it out and then just kind of sit there and just work
Start
it around in my
forcing it?
hand. And no, just squeeze it to where it literally turned into a little pickle cup. Because you just sit there and you're just squeezing it and it starts filling up with the pickle juice, bro. And then you sit there and you just drink the juice and then take a bite. And then you fucking do that and you drink the juice and then take a bite and then just work your way down, dude.
Sounds so disgusting.
I've never
For
got
me-
into the like giant pickle like that. Like I fucks with spears all day,
Oh, yeah, I
chips all
honestly-
day.
Many and most variations of pickles I'm pretty much down with, except for sweet pickles. I don't fuck with the sweet pickle at all.
See, I'll eat the sweet pickle, but I don't like the bread and butter.
Bread and butter, depending on the brand, sometimes I could do it, but most of the time I'm like, you know.
I have found I didn't like any of the store brands of any kind, like any of the ones
No,
you can buy
no.
in the store. But I've
dude,
had like some like
sometime
homemade.
that or like at like a bar or like a restaurant or something like
Yeah,
on a burger.
someone
I've
that
had
has,
some, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Then it's
Those
like,
I've had-
all right, these aren't bad.
But dude, I'll kill for a nice kosher fucking pickle, bro. Just standard fucking
Simple kosher dill.
Kosher dill, bro.
Well, it's funny
I
because
used to be all about the Velasic, bro, just from the commercials back in the day because the fucking
Was it a stork?
yes,
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Have a Vlasic. It's a classic.
Yeah.
You'd always have some weird little quips like that.
Dude, and they were fucking crispier. They had more of a
They were.
snap to them than other pickles. But I think it's just because they maybe didn't put as much vinegar in the. There's something about their pickling process where it doesn't fucking completely turn it into like a gelatinous inside.
I almost feel like they picked. I feel like they picked either,
or it's the type of pickle that they're using.
yeah, either like a
maybe
better,
it's like
a better pickle, or like maybe it's riper or less ripe.
less ripe, and it ripens in the.
You guys mean like a
pickling
better
process.
cucumber, right?
Exactly, yeah. Because that's technically what a pickle.
Well,
It is what a
they're
pickle
considered pickle cucumbers.
is. Dude, you know what's crazy is that like pickled cucumbers pretty much took over the name because, dude, there's other pickled things, bro.
Oh,
Like pickled
100%.
onions, you know,
Yeah,
like
Pickled garlic.
pickled
beets.
cauliflower. You can get a mix with pickles,
Yeah, it's
cauliflower, and
pickling
onions.
is a style of preservation
Yeah,
that you do to things, and somehow the cucumber fucking
It became
got a
the pickle.
chokehold on the fucking on the name and said, "No, I am the one
I
and
am the
only
one true
pickle,
pickle.
but you guys can be yourself, and then you could say me, but no, you're not
Yeah,
just me.
yeah.
I
I'm.
can only be the pickle.
It's so true.
I
It's
am
like
the pickle.
yes, the
There can
cucumber
only be
said,
one."
"I am the pickle. You guys can all hang out with like the pickled pig's feet and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like you get
Yeah,
to be
You can
put
pickled
be.
into
You
eggs.
guys can all be
those
my
guys.
subsidiaries.
Yeah, the peons, if you will, of
Yeah,
the pickle world.
exactly.
And I'll tell you what, those garden mixes. When I was a kid growing up, we like for holidays, my mother would buy like that garden pickle mix, put that out, and like that was where I found like
Dude,
I actually liked the pickled cauliflower, and I
dude,
actually liked the pickled onion.
that's another thing, bro. The only thing I like pickled are pickles.
Not even like the
I,
carrot, onion, nothing.
dude, I'm weird about carrots, bro. Because I'll I'll fuck up some raw carrots, bro. You know, make little some like little slices, some fucking little carrot spears or what have you, or even just the fucking full size carrot or even a baby carrot, dude. And, dip it in like some ranch or whatever, or even just straight up. Don't mind that. I used to love cooked carrots when I was younger. Now, don't like them. Like if they're in things, I don't mind it. But like if like it's like a side, like oh, like
Yeah,
how you
like
might have like a side of green beans or like corn or and like
yeah. So like
steamed
carrots in beef stew is fine, but carrots as a
Well, dude,
side, just
that's another thing, bro. Not a big beef stew guy.
Beef stew.
Yeah, not really my vibe.
I don't mind it, but I'm not
It's
searching
not.
for it.
It never sounds good to me, bro. You know what I mean?
I love
It's
a good beef stew.
and it's
Over a
nothing
chicken
against,
noodle soup all
and it's
day.
like it's nothing. Oh, dude, no chicken noodle soup, bro, over beef stew every single day for me. Like if we're talking homemade, my mom's making it. I'm picking chicken noodle, bro, all day, every day. But back to the carrot situation, like, and I'm also like that with celery as well.
I don't like celery.
Raw celery. I'll fuck it up. Throw some peanut butter on it. Dip it in some ranch. Whatever whatever variation you like. I'm pretty much down with. But dude, here's the thing. Kind of back to the beef stew chicken noodle thing. If there's cooked carrots and cooked celery in chicken noodle, I don't mind that. You know what I mean? But by them but cooked celery and other things, I'm not the biggest fan of. But I kind of probably vibe with that more than I don't know what it is about cooked carrots now, bro.
Cooked celery's weird. Like
something happens when you cook the carrot to where the flavor is totally different. You know what I mean?
100%.
I think it's sweeter.
Yeah. And I don't like it.
I've actually had like cooked carrots. Like I don't remember who made them or how many times I've had them, but I know that I've had them. And they'll like cook the carrots, then they drain them, and then they put like maybe like a teaspoon of brown sugar in
I
it.
was just gonna say like a little,
and it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, brown sugar maple carrots was a thing I had growing up.
I don't know. Maybe I need to go back and revisit them. It's been a while since I've actually done it because there was a while where like I would sit there and I'd try to eat them and I'd have like one or two like like a cooked slice of carrot or whatever, and it's like that just ain't it,
Like I get where you're coming from though, because like I've had like cooked carrot in a lot of things where I'm just like I'm not feeling this. There's a textural thing that happens because of the
Dude,
cooking
that's one thing
process.
too, bro, is it just turns to mush.
Like I prefer the crunch of the carrot.
I
And
like a
like
nice snap and the crunch of a
yeah,
fresh carrot, dude.
like it's the
And
same with the celery.
I'm the exact opposite.
Oh, I like it, dude.
I don't.
I'm a big crunch guy though, dude. And that's probably why my teeth are so fucked up. Because dude, any hard candy I was fucking crunching down on when I was a kid, ice, fucking all the things that you really probably shouldn't be fucking going crazy on, I was going crazy on, and now I'm paying for it, as well as just the amount of fucking sugar, probably poor dental hygiene as a youth I'm paying for now. But dude, it's one thing that's kind of fucking been a pain in my ass recently is like I've slightly been avoiding like crunchy and hard foods just because like I've got like one real bad tooth and I'm just like I'm waiting for something catastrophic to happen when I bite down on something, and I'm just like no, I'm just gonna eat all the nice soft chewy things I can for a while until I can get into the dentist. But
I'm actually going in like a week.
yeah, I need to just sit down and book an appointment because I just paid off. I'm not just paid off, but I just took care of the payment on my credit card for the last time I went. Because dude, that shit ain't fucking cheap, bro.
No.
No.
I had teeth extracted and that shit was like
now,
6
though,
or 8 grand.
Yeah, the thing that sucks now is I think I'm gonna have to go back and get 2 things done compared to just having one thing done the last time. And dude, I'm not looking forward to how much it's probably gonna cost me.
Yeah.
It's kind
And
of
I have
bullshit.
insurance too, but like dental insurance really isn't
No, it
that
is
fucking
not that great.
Well, plus, I mean, some people are gonna have to pay a certain percentage, and the minute that like they find out that you have that, they're like, well, if you didn't, it would be $250, but you do, so it was $575, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yep.
It's like I have to pay $170 worth of that, like, you know what I mean? It's like I saved $70,
Yeah.
$80. What? That's it. I pay into this shit all the time.
Yep.
Oh, but I
That's
do
a
get one free
fucked up
visit
situation.
and cleaning every year. That's how they coax you in.
Yep. That's his opportunity to sell you. Like, hey, you'd look a lot better if we fix this part of your smile.
And the thing that sucks for me too, since I have like heart stuff, I have to make sure I pre-med before I go to the dentist. Because like with dental work and shit like that, they're like extra safe with like that, because like anything that like happens in your mouth, like if like something's like infected or whatever and you like ingest that, it has a higher risk of running straight to your heart and causing issues, I guess.
Well,
So I have to make sure I pre-medicate every time I go. And dude, the like I always either I forget or I don't have any more fucking antibiotics to take, so I end up going. They just take a look and they're like, oh well, we can't do anything because you have to pre-med. So here's a prescription for and then I have to book another appointment to come back to actually have the shit done. Just because, but now I think I have a prescription somewhere. Hopefully it's still good. So when I go, I could just pop 2 and then pop 2 an hour before I go and I'm straight. And then hopefully I could just do it all in one day and I don't have to try to take time off. And dude, that's the other shitty part, bro, is trying to fucking get an appointment that's like after work. But usually that's right around when they're fucking closing. And if I were to try to book one, I'd have to just go right there after work. And dude, I feel bad for anybody that has to be near me after I get off work. Not only am I fucking dusty, but I'm sweaty. It's not good time, bro.
That's what
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
saying
go.
that I'm
I have to
super.
leave work a touch early
Yeah.
to make it. Yep. When I was a
Saying that
kid, I was like, I hated going to the dentist, and I never had cavities, bro. But I still hated it. Cause I had this like
I didn't have
older
many when I was
dentist.
young, but I guess just fucking as I got older, bro. Like I may have had one or well, part of it too is I never regularly went to the dentist except for when I was in my teens because I had braces. So it's like the only reason I went after I got my braces off was if I had, well, either until I was like 18 or fucking 20. And then, you know, at that point, all that sort of shit's on me, you know, booking appointments and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, and paying for
And once that happened, bro, fuck, dude, you think I'm booking dentist appointments, dude? No. Unless I got something that's fucking going on. Hey, man, you gotta do something about this.
Oh, dude, I was
And
the
dude,
same.
and the problem is, bro, is this is the worst problem is like you're saying is it costs money. So I let it ride way longer than I probably should to where it ends up being way more of a fucking situation than it probably would have
Yep.
been if I would have just taken care of it when it first popped up.
Yeah,
So
but
I
you still
always
had to have that money when it first popped up.
exactly, dude.
Problem,
But here's the
dude.
thing: is now that fucking whatever $800 is probably going to turn into $1,600. You know what
Yep.
I mean?
Oh yeah, no,
It's
I think that you're totally right.
But dude, that's just the story of my life, bro. I'm the worst procrastinator there is, dude. I put everything off until the absolute last fucking second because I think I have better things to do. And you know what? The majority of that better things to do is nowadays fucking scrolling or fucking zoned out on a fucking YouTube video that has nothing to do with anything that's going to get me anywhere in my life.
Call the dentist, bro. Get shit rolling.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I'm going to do it tomorrow because they're already closed today, but I'm going to give them a call tomorrow on my lunch break.
like
Yeah,
it just shows the craziness of it all, though. That like
Actually, I might be able to go on the website and book one tonight.
the fact that you have to like even have these thoughts for yourself, where it's like, hey, this tooth problem isn't bad enough for me to incur $800 worth of debt right now, so fuck it, I'm
Well,
just gonna
dude,
let it ride, like, because
and
I've been in the same boat. Like,
that's the other problem, Sean, is like it's not the fact that I don't have $800. I have $800 where if I needed to, I could do it. But all that means is that all the normal shit that I do on a daily basis is gonna have to fucking take a fucking kibosh. I'm gonna have to put a kibosh to everything for a while to recuperate. You know what I mean? But I'm also have gotten myself in this point where I try. The only thing that I end up sliding on is the dispensary runs, which I really need to fucking reel that in. Is I've really gotten into the habit of not spending money I don't need to spend. Or
that's key.
in
Dude.
my telling myself in my head I don't need to spend. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't want to fucking buy anything unless I absolutely fucking need it. And I've gotten that in my head so much where it's even gone to fucking things that are probably detrimental to my health. You know what I mean? Like I need to fucking take care of this shit, bro, ASAP. But your boy's a fucking burnout and just can't fucking take responsibility for myself. I'm venting to you guys about all the shit I tell myself in my head. At this conversation I'm having with you, I've had with myself in my head at night as I lay down to go to sleep and then wake up the next day and completely fucking forget about it.
yep.
Yeah, dude, I think that's like ADHD, and
Dude, you know how many
everyone out
amazing
there, it's
fucking
like,
life-changing plans I've made in my head at night before I go to bed and then wake up the next morning and just like fucking
Oh yeah, 100%. I can
his thoughts
tell you
aren't
right.
actions. That's why.
Yeah, like how many there I'd say well over half of the friggin' world population has gone to bed one night like, tomorrow I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna drink a full glass of water, and I'm gonna stretch.
Well, dude, honestly, this is one thing
Eh.
I want. I want to ask you guys this question and see if you feel like this is might be something that can contribute to that. Is it's just the routineness of society now, to where it's like everybody in the world has a schedule. You know what I mean? When it comes to their work or whatever, to where it's like they Monday through Friday or whatever your schedule is, you have to get up at a certain time. You have to go and do this fucking shitty job that you probably hate for this amount of time. And then when you get off, and then you just get into this routine to where this is the same shit that's happening, and you get stuck in that fucking loop. And then, you want to you think about all these ways to fucking get out of it. But for some reason, bro, you're just fucking caught up in it because, as society says, you have to work to fucking live, to pay your fucking rent, to buy your groceries, to do all this other stuff, but it doesn't ever give you time to really fucking do things for yourself to better yourself, unless you really are able to take the time to do so. But most people are so stressed out because their fucking bills are so crazy, or just expensive as it is just to live anywhere really nowadays. Most people don't have the luxury to take the time to do it, or if they do, they're just so fucking worn out that they don't have the energy to. Or you're someone like myself who just continues to make excuses for yourself because you're like, oh, well, I know I'm still gonna have to go do this fucking shitty job tomorrow, so what's the fucking big deal? You know what I mean? Like,
I think that that's just like the new age version of what people used to describe as a rut.
Oh, for sure, dude. I've been in that lane for shit, I don't even know how long, bro.
I think most people are, though. Like, it's
I will say there's definitely outliers. You know what I mean? There's definitely people out there
100%.
chasing their dreams, doing what they want to do, and they're having a fucking ball. And I'm fucking envious and good for fucking you guys. You know what I mean? I just wish I had a piece of whatever it is that drive, that spark that they got to get lit under my ass one day, to where it's like. But at the end of the day, I also know it just takes me to fucking tell myself, we gotta fucking do this, dude. Just fucking bite the bullet and just fucking do it. But I always make up an excuse for myself, or just say, dude, you're just talking talk. Like, it's easy to say it, bro, but doing it's a totally different thing. When in reality, it's not that hard if you just fucking start taking steps in that direction.
I mean,
Like all the stuff I know I need to do, I have everything that I need to fucking utilize to get myself to where I'm going, but for some reason there's something inside me that is just denying me the benefit of following all this knowledge that I've gained over these last few years from listening to different people about, just physical fitness, ways of eating, sleeping better, just getting out and getting sun and just doing other things, and instead of just literally sitting here in front of this fucking computer staring at this screen that I've been doing for the past 7 years or however long we've all known each other. You know what I mean? It's like nothing really in my life has changed. I've actually lost hobbies and things that I had done since then that I no longer do anymore, which is crazy because I have even more time now to where I could do more things, because I don't do anything besides stand in front or sit in front of this computer. But for some reason, I can't fucking find the fucking motivation to get up and do any of it. You know what I mean? Very rarely I'll get this spurt of energy to fucking get. You know what? This is part of my thing too. So I really think this, bro. I know this is the Shedtime podcast. We're all about getting stoned and getting ripped, but I really, really think I need to take a fucking tolerance break for a extended period of time to get my head right.
I wouldn't disagree with
that. I feel like that's my biggest crutch, because I get so motivated to do all these things and all this stuff, And then every day at a certain point around this time, I know I'm going to sit in this fucking chair and I'm just going to get fucking ripped. You know what I mean? And then once that happens, dude, there's nothing really productive that's going to happen after that point. You know what I mean? I'm going to sit here, I'm going to shoot some shit, I might crack some jokes, might get a couple dubs in Fortnite, maybe not. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Nothing after that point is really going to get me any further than where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Is that benefiting me at all? This is weird. This is to turn into a therapy session with the boys. For myself.
Hey, here. We're here, man. You know that.
But dude, these are literally thoughts I have in my head every single day, bro. That I tell myself, dude, you have the tools you need to fucking get these things done. Or you at least know how to access the tools to get these things done. All you have to do, bro, is just fucking put one foot in front of the other and start doing it. I tell myself that like at least every other fucking day, bro. And then I might take one
step, bro.
Well, this is the thing, bro. Is like,
and then it's another step.
This is the thing that's so frustrating for me. Is like, there's times where I'll take a few steps and I'll be good for like a week, bro. And then something happens to where I just fall right back into it. And I think a lot of it has to do with the amount of cannabis that I consume, dude.
Oh, man, it could be.
I mean,
dude, it takes 3 weeks to form a habit.
And so also,
if you can do stuff like that for 3 weeks,
I don't hold myself accountable either. Is another part of the problem. You know what I mean? I let myself slip. Be like, oh, well, it's just for a day. Sometimes, here or there, or you know what? I'm gonna go hard today. Why? Why today? Out of any other, what makes today so special that I need to go even harder today than I did yesterday? Why don't I go harder in a positive direction instead of fucking dipping back into the old shit? Yeah,
but all you can do is start, and then you fail, and then you keep on trying, and hopefully there's less failures than there is successes, and then you just start winning a battle, and you've created a new habit of like staying a bit more on top of one specific thing in your life that you know that you're falling back on. And then once you get that down, it's habit. And then you just start battling some new one.
I'm not making excuses here either, but this is just one thing that I think might contribute to like my lull or this rut that I'm in. Is like the past few years, like for my family had been so rough with like the amount of fucking like loss and shit that we had, bro, that I feel like I might have dipped into like some depression shit that I just wasn't really aware that I had. And I'm really struggling on getting out of it.
That
because dude,
you
guys see me right now. I feel like
I
seem like I'm a pretty fucking even keel, but dude, I have a lot of days recently where I'm just when no one's around and like I'm not like physically interacting with anybody, bro, I am just fucking down, bro. Down bad. Like, dude, like this weekend, for instance, Chris, like when I was just chilling in Discord by myself, and then you popped in and you're like, oh, hey, dude, you want to play some games? I literally, bro, woke up that day whenever I dropped that message in our chat, booted up Fortnite, and sat here and just literally stared at Discord and Fortnite until you jumped in, bro. I literally waited for somebody to pop in to come hang out with me, bro, because I didn't want to do anything else. I was like, man, I hope somebody shows up. And then I started thinking, well, everybody else does have a life. Damn, dude, you're a fucking loser. You don't have anything going on right now. You're literally staring at the screen, waiting for one of your friends that has a life to come in and hang out with you, so you feel like you have a life. Like, dude, I was down bad. Thank God you showed up, bro. Because, dude, I was having a fucking rough time that day.
Well, I'm glad I showed up then. And I think that we even caught a W that night, just for the record.
We did.
Yep. Depression shows itself in a bunch of different ways, and it's not just, the handbook version of like guy who looks like he's gonna cry, or guy who looks like he's angry and is gonna kill somebody or himself at any minute. Like it shows itself in a ton of different ways, and one of the big ones that is the sneak is super sneaky, and a lot of people don't recognize it, is the lack of interest in things that are otherwise typically enjoyable to you. I've been through it. I mean, you guys know there was this long spell. The only time I popped into Discord was for a show, and that was it. And I'm still a little bit in that stage. And it does stem a lot from depression. And when you get smashed with that many, let's not sugarcoat it, traumatic instances to the family unit, one after the other, it does. It weighs you down. It tears you up. Grief is still grief. And
Dude, one thing I will say, sorry to interrupt you here, Sean. But dude, the one thing that fucking, at least, thank God for my fucking nephew, bro. Because, dude, that's the one thing right now that's fucking keeping me just even most days. You know what I mean? Because I'll have a fucking shit day at work, fucking just be over it, just not wanting to fucking, like, fuck, I just want to go home, go to sleep. And I walk in the door, and he's talking so much more, so it's even better. As soon as I walk in, he locks eyes with me, bro. He gets the fucking biggest smile, and now he's starting to go, "Oh, hi." And dude, hearing his little voice, bro, just instantly, fuck whatever else happened that day. And then as soon as he leaves, bro, guess what happens? Crash, dude.
yep.
But thank God I have him for those at least an hour or so a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's shit ain't easy. I mean, we've been going through it in our household, and I mean, just we'll get real
It's
candid for a
rough,
second.
man.
Just yesterday was my father-in-law's birthday, and he wasn't here with us for the first time. And like we went yesterday and spread his ashes, and like that shit could have been really heavy. Thankfully, similar to your situation, we had her little second cousin, I guess is technically what he is, but more like her nephew, because like her and her cousin have been like brother and sister growing up their whole lives. So like we had him with us, and we had this little like, goofy 3-year-old. So he just cut the seriousness out of everything for us, and it was such a blessing. um so I totally get where you're coming from with that. But I think like part of the thing that we run into is like, as men, I think we naturally want to be the rock for people in our lives. And so I think, especially with the three of us, I think we all have a tendency to want to be helpers. We want to help fix things. We want to be there to help people we care for. And so when our loved ones are going through for us, it's like, all right, time to go to work. Something in the brain clicks, and it's like you just kind of turn yourself off for a little while. You ignore how you feel about any of those things, because you're going to take care of your loved ones, whether it's brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, whatever it may be, significant others. uh this piece you just kind of turns off, and it's like, all right, well, I'm going to go to work now, and I'm going to take care of my loved ones, and I'll deal with me later. And the thing is that like a lot of men, we don't ever deal with me later, and it compounds and it compounds and it compounds. Like I know for me, I lost my brother and my grandfather like within a couple of days of each other, and same with a friend Levon, who I lost within a few days of him, of all of those same tragedies. And I went into that like, all right, well, I gotta help support my mom, and I gotta help support my friends, and blah 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 blah. And like all these years later down the road, I'm, in my 30s, and it starts manifesting itself, and I'm like, holy crap, I don't feel like life's worth living right now. And I mean, it was bad to the point that I almost lost my damn job. Like,
Luckily,
it was bad.
Luckily, I'll say for me, I haven't gotten to a point where it's like, oh fuck this, I want to give up or anything like that. It's just like I'm just like fucking thinking back, like my problem is I keep reminiscing and trying to figure out where I took the wrong step that led me to where I'm at. Because, dude, there was a point in my life, bro. I think I've talked about this before too, and I need to quit doing this because obviously I can't change anything that happened. All I can do is change what's going on now. But like I keep thinking, like, dude, where? Because, dude, I used to have like a nice big group of friends that were like, if I wanted to on a day where I had nothing going on, I could call somebody up like, hey, dude, what's going on? You wanna hang out? And now I literally have 0 people that I can call locally, like within, at least an hour of me, that I can be like, hey, what do you want to come over, hang out? Literally 0. That fucking blows my mind, bro. Because like there is a point in time, like even if you ask my parents, I was never home, bro. Never home. Now I don't leave my fucking room, bro. What happened? Where'd the flip? Where'd that switch get flipped? Like what happened to where I went from this like really kind of outgoing, extroverted, kind of kid. Like I was shy, but like around my friends, bro, like I was goofy. I like to, hang out and do all these different things. Kind of, dude, I used to go out and play fucking open mic nights and do like little fucking one night bar shows with my buddies and like play music in front of people I didn't even fucking know. Now, dude, I go out in public, bro, and I don't even want people looking at me, dude. What happened?
Dude, I have no idea.
Yeah, well, obviously you guys don't know. I'm just like, I'm asking myself that question. What happened? Like, why did
I know what happened to
completely
me when I did that?
Well, I know part of what happened is like I was hanging out with like a group and like there's continuous like drama that kept happening between me and one person, and then I got to a point where like shit was just it got too real to where it's like, okay, I got to a point where it's like I have to exclude myself from this situation because I continue to keep bringing myself back and it keeps fucking biting myself in the foot and I keep getting my kindness taken advantage of. So I need to remove myself from this situation. But the shitty part about that is moving myself from that situation also kind of removed me from the entire, well, I kind of removed myself from the entire friend group because I knew anytime there's going to be get-togethers, I would have to be around this certain person at the time. And it's like, I can't do it. It's bad. Anytime I I think things are cool. At some point, something happens and I can't do it anymore. You know what I mean? So I literally fucking just stopped going out and then never decided to try to make any new friends, I guess. Well, honestly, what also kind of really happened is around that same time is when I really dove into the hobby side of vaping, and I found the YouTube, and like literally instead of making friends in real life, I just met all you guys, which is great, and I don't fucking regret that one bit because you got all the people I've met have treated me thousands of times better than any other people that I had hung out with before in the past. Because, dude, I had been fucking taken advantage of a lot of my younger years and not realizing it until I'm getting older and looking back and like, oh, I can't believe I let some of that shit happen, especially some of it for so long. You know what I mean? When I'm compared to being here with you guys, where it's like, dude, I could literally have a conversation with you guys about this, like real deep life shit, and not feel judged or worried that I'm not going to be welcome in the group or just fear for anything. You know what I mean? Like I'm not in fear that anything bad's ever going to happen hanging out with you guys. You know what I mean? The shitty part about it is we're scattered across the fucking world. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I get to hang out with you guys and see you guys whenever the fuck I want, but not being able to literally go out and, do things and share experiences other than, our video game stuff, like that really fucking sucks for me. You know what I mean? Like, and It's not, and I'm not taking, this is just me venting because obviously, like, you guys all have your own shit going on, and I'm sure, like, you guys have your own things to deal with at the moment. But I
No,
don't
but
know,
I
dude.
think that
It's
like
like
this is the thing, James, right? Like as a person that growing up, like I've had lots of friends, you know, some of them closer than others, and there'd be some friends that would just be friends, but then you'd have friends that like wanted you to thrive, and like they would try to make their friends thrive, and like they would encourage you to do things if
yeah,
you showed interest, you know, and like that's kind of been my goal forever. Like, I don't just become friends with anyone. I don't have, like, I have the luxury of being able to make friends. So,
yeah,
like, I wouldn't hang out with people that, like, either aren't good people, you know, aren't like nice to me. You know what I mean?
well,
But
that's
also like that don't want to support their friends. Like I wouldn't want to be friends with someone like if you said that you want to do something, I'd be like, yeah, dude, I fucking think that you can do it. Like, what's your plan? You know? And I would want to help you get through that. And if I could help in any way possible, even if it's just that listening ear, like that's what I'm there for. But not everyone's like that.
oh, I
You
know
can have
that.
friends that they're just you're there for the right time and the right kind of vibe. And then when that vibe is no longer needed, like those people don't care about you. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
people are just there for the time, not like the actual friendship.
no, and I totally get that, dude. But like for me now, it's just like I don't like I don't really know how to explain it because like all the kids that like I grew up with and like I was best friends with like growing up through like elementary school, junior high, high school, like I don't have any contact with any of them anymore because it was kind of like a similar like when I tell you guys when I was growing up, like I would hang out with people that I thought were well, not that I thought were cool. Like at first, like it started off like you're saying, where it's like everybody's having fun and everybody's vibing, but at a certain point, they get to a point where I just ended up becoming butts of jokes or would get taken like as I got older, got taken advantage of because I might have been one of the only people with a job that had a car and had money and like the only reason they would call me is if they needed anything but I would call them just for fucking hang. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I never, but I didn't know any better, and I just wanted to fucking be a part of something that I would just keep putting myself in those situations because it would always start off cool for a while, but eventually something turned sour, and it's like I don't know what happened because I'm. You guys have known me for how long? I'm not a bad. I don't think I'm a bad dude. You know what I mean? I may be an asshole sometimes. I don't know. I don't know how people view me, but at some point, like I would like it'd be this like a repeating, like almost like revolving door situations where at a certain point, like I would feel like I'm getting taken advantage of and being treated like shit. And it's like, well, fuck, dude. What? Well, I guess I have to start hanging out, find new people to hang out with. And I guess I'm just not that good of a, wasn't that good of a judge of character when I was younger because I didn't see
I
the
think that that's
fucking,
a lot of people, man. Honestly.
because dude, like
I've
it's,
like heard somebody else recently talk about like that exact thing. That they would just hang out with people that they thought were cool and like whatever, and they would be friends with them, and then there would be like
once
they
the
hear
next
that
school,
someone was talking behind their back, and they're like, "Can you believe this guy hasn't fucking got a job yet? He's 16 years old," and it's like,
I had a
you
lot
know,
of
just like
that sort of
whatever.
stuff at certain points and like even shits where like I literally would get like fucking punked, bro, into doing things. And I would just do it because I was like, well, fuck. Where who am I gonna hang out with if I'm
Yeah,
not
like
hanging out
those are just
here?
those are
You
bad
know what I mean?
friends. Those are people that aren't
Yeah.
really your friends.
Well, and at a certain point, I figured it out. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
luckily, now I've got it. Like I said, a solid group of friends. I just wish we were all closer and got to hang out like in person more often. But I also need to just put myself out there and maybe try to like make friends. And but that's my problem too. Is like I've kind of resorted back to like my real younger self towards like I'm super like fucking shy and I don't I don't feel like I can put myself out there. Like if I'm put in a situation, like if I'm go somewhere with somebody, like I could fake it, I guess. I don't know even if that's the word. Like I'm okay in that, but like just like me just actively going out somewhere in the pursuit of hopefully making friends with somebody or meeting somebody, bro, fucking terrifies me for some reason.
Well, I mean, let's be real, right? This is a
Especially
world.
nowadays too.
Yeah, like this is a world where it's, you really don't know who people are for the first, couple of minutes at this stage in life. But also, for some of us, there just aren't places where you can really do that, right? Like, none of us are people who want to go drinking as an activity.
Yeah, like I'm
You
not
know
gonna
what I
go to the
mean?
bar.
So like, yeah, like going to a bar kind of takes you out of, like that's not an option. So what's left, right? Like there aren't places where like you can like if you're a hookah fan, I guess you can go hang out at a hookah lounge, right? But like the vape shops, that was a way that we could do that. That's how I made some friends in my local area back when vape shops were still prevalent in Massachusetts. But like there aren't many places where those things are happening. So it is a challenge. It is something that I think fundamentally needs, bigger solutions than are out there because like as I'm thinking about it, I can think of small things in like my area, but they're not like big solutions that work like everywhere. Like I know we have a lounge, it's a private club basically, and they do like stoner comedy nights and things like that. And like that's a big part of what they're trying to do is bring that community together to make new friends and meet new people. So like cool, but that's one little place in one city, and you know what I mean, like it's not something that's replicatable everywhere. So it is a supreme challenge because then we also get into that whole thing of like at some point you do have to define for yourself what things you do like and enjoy. Because like I know we talked about D&D here on an episode a little while back and what it would be like if we ever got into playing some D&D. There is a shop up the road from me that does things like D&D and magic of nights and stuff like that. Like if I was into those things, that would be a way I could maybe meet some like-minded people. But again, you have to start like thinking about those things, determining what those things are that you like, and then figuring out where those activities and events
Oh, trust
happen,
me,
you
Sean. I've
know?
thought about all kinds of that shit. It's just getting myself to fucking go and do it.
Honestly, like this might sound out there, but like another option could be even like Facebook friend finding.
Dude, here's the thing too, Chris. Like I've even tried, even just like apps and like even other things to like just meet people. I've tried that and like for some reason that even it's just the world's so fucking different now from when like I was going out and like meeting people and like just hanging out like to where it's like I don't know, bro. I don't know what it is that's like fucking keeping me from doing this stuff. I have to figure it out. There's something deep in me that's like I'm like scared to fucking put myself out there. I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of it has to do with my self-esteem about myself and just like a lot of like personal stuff that goes along with that I'm dealing with that I just need to get over because there's nothing that can I need to get over it and able to improve it, if that makes sense, because it's right now I'm letting it holding me back too much because I'm so worried about it. So it's like I need
Social
to just
anxiety is a bitch.
it's not, and
Like,
that's the thing too. It's like like I don't even know. Well, yeah, I guess I am kind of socially
like
anxious because I'm not really into being around like big groups of people. Like I don't
again,
know, dude.
social anxiety isn't just I can't go grocery shopping because there's too many people in the store right now. It is not I can't talk to people and make eye contact. Like it shares many different, aspects for people. And like I've been through it. Like I know exactly where you're coming from when you talk about wondering where did that switch get flipped for me and I went from being more extroverted to introverted. Bro, I played shows in front of, 40, 50,000 people and was totally comfortable at one time in my life. And then I know for me, I got so overwhelmed and so overworked. I thought I could do everything. And I took way too much on. And between all of that from the music world and then my personal stresses trying to keep a full-time job, I cracked bad. I know like I snapped, and that was actually when I chose to quit making music. That was when I chose to stop working in the music industry at all. I chose to just focus on the camera. That was the one thing I left myself as an outlet. I was like, I will keep working with the camera, making film and photography, but I need to stop doing all these other things. I'm literally driving myself insane. And I went so crazy that, like, you talk about losing all those friends. That's the same time that I got rid of Facebook. That's the same time I basically stopped responding to most people's DMs in all social media. Um, that was about the same time I stopped coming into Discord all the time. Like I straight up cracked, and that was when that switch flipped for me because like I was out there doing tons of cool shit, and I couldn't do it anymore. It all caught up to me. And again, like this kind of goes back to what I was saying with the whole like not not dealing with it in real time and allowing yourself to feel the feelings and go through the stages, when they happen in life, pushing them down, trying to be the rock and the savior for other people. Like I did that so much in my life that when everything finally cracked, like I shoved everybody away. I was like, I don't want anybody. So, I mean, you guys hear me talk about the fact like I don't really have family anymore. Like part of that is definitely my doing because I stopped answering messages from people. Like I just wanted to be left alone. And so after a while of not answering people's messages, they stopped trying to message you at all. So some of that's definitely my fault. Some of it is other shit, which is what it is. And, I have to, I've learned to accept it at this point. I don't have to like it, but, I have another side of my family that just doesn't like who I am. And that's okay because I don't really like who they are either. And at the end of the day, that's a choice of sanity for me. Like I can't keep fighting people who don't respect me. I mean, I get entirely where you're coming from about the whole, you know, just wanting to have people around you to do stuff with. And I did it for so long. I mean, my shed days, the shed was the spot. And that's because that's who I was. That's why I wound up with 20 something people packed into a shed because, I wanted to have people there. And that's also how I ran with so many criminal elements and why I got caught up, having to deal with crackheads robbing me and shit because I ran with these kind of idiots. So I made the same bad choices and had the same bad judgments of character. I know one of the things for me that really switched in life was when I realized like defining friends versus acquaintances and thinking about how like friend should mean more than just a person I can hang out with. And this gets to an even deeper thing, which ends up being the fact that like it is hard for men in this day and age to just make friends. And I mean totally platonic friendship, not even, a male and a female, like we could be talking male to male. Like even to this day, I am a lot better than I was, but I am instantly defensive and standoffish the second anybody talks to me in public. I can't help it, but I'm immediately ready to fight somebody until they give me a reason to think otherwise. So I'm getting better. What I can say is today is a great example of what people should do, and it's talk about these things, because at the end of the day, I didn't get through what I was going through without accepting that I needed actual help that I couldn't just get from talking about it with some friends. And finally, just like you're saying, like I just finally made the decision, like I got to suck it up. I got to sacrifice something for a short term so I can get something better for me in the long term. And I ended up just getting into therapy and actually talking these things through with a professional and getting some of that control back. Because what was happening for me was I was so out of control of my own emotions and everything that, like, I was on the verge of losing it again. And that really helped get me back in between the lines, you know, like, am I on track? I'm never going to say I'm on track, but uh, I'm at least back between the lines. I'm not swerving over the double yellow anymore. Like, I feel like I'm keeping it center lane again. And, you know, yeah, sure, I'm hitting some potholes along the way still, but I'm not about to blow a front end to keep that analogy running, you know? But it's baby steps. One of the best pieces of advice I was ever given by anybody was everything starts with one small actionable task. And I use that to say, like, for me now, something I had to develop was creating a daily list. So like when I get into work, I literally sit down, check my emails, and I start building out my list. Everything that didn't get done yesterday gets put on the list, and anything that's come up in the email since I last saw it gets on the list. I get all of that shit organized, and then I find the smallest actionable task I can find. Anything that's going to take me less than 5 minutes to do. Is it a phone call? Is it a respond to an email? All right, I'm going to find one of those 5-minute tasks, because as soon as I do that, I've just checked something off the list. And it creates this connection in the brain where it goes, all right, we completed something. There's a definitive site that I've completed it. I have a check mark next to it. And now I'm ready and more motivated to try the next one. I do the same thing. I just look for the smallest, fastest, most actionable task, do it, get it checked off. And it starts to feed the loop. And it keeps you going. And does it work all the time? Fuck no. I have days I lose all motivation. I'm just in the funk. I'm not feeling it. But as the cheesy adage will always go, it's not about how many times you get knocked off the horse. It's how many times you get up and get back on. You know, that's it. It's true. And I love the saying that we all need to remember, and I think this is a perfect way to close this discussion tonight, is we all need to remember that we have survived 100% of the worst days of our lives so far. Every time you thought you were experiencing the worst day of your life, you made it through it. You're still here, baby. You got this.
I died, bro.
Man, you're still here.
Twice, actually. Technically.
So, like, that's it. Like, you've survived 100% of every worst day of your life you've ever experienced up to this point so far. You got this.
I kind of creep myself out saying that right now.
Oh shit! I'm kind of glad we turned real serious here at the end. It was a good deep conversation, and I think anytime we could talk about mental health and help to, you know, reduce people's anxiety to talking about it, it's always a really positive thing. And I mean, I have made it a point through many years, you know, on YouTube and everything, to get involved in those kind of programs, tell my stories, because I've battled with it. I've come out as a victor. I've been a victim, but you know what? We always prevail. We always prevail. So I appreciate everybody for listening to us. And Uncle Chris, go ahead and start signing us out.
Excuse me. Well, thanks everybody for listening. And also like thanks James for sharing all that. Honestly, like we are here to help you because we're your friends. Like we're your actual like fucking friends, dude. So we obviously, like I said, I want to see you thrive. I want to see everybody that I care for thrive. Um, and that goes for everybody that's listening too. Like if you know me or you want to hit me up and you just want to tell me anything, like I'll give you some positive vibes. I'm pretty good at giving people advice. I'm not the greatest at accepting my own. But that's kind of how things work sometimes. Um, but yeah, check us out Friday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for the Green Room. Come by and kick it. You can come by and chat. And if you're having a down Friday night, you just want to come in and just have some people to talk to, there's always people there. Yeah, other than that, check out shedtimepodcast.com. Give us some reviews, give us some likes, give us all that jazz. That'd be fantastic. And I think that's everything for me. So everybody be safe, have a good week, and live your best life. And I will throw it over to James.
As always, huge shout outs to the Shedheads for you guys' continued support. Greatly appreciate you guys. As you can see, it's not always positive vibes and crisp hot vibes over here in the Janklin household, but you know what? I try to, my best to keep the, smiles up for you guys. And, sometimes maybe I need to break down the fourth wall, let you guys know that your boy struggles just as much as everybody else does. But with that, I do thank you boys for, sitting down and let me vent. I don't know what brought that on. It just came out and I just rode the wave, bro. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I'm thankful of this podcast, and also, the green room, like Chris said on Fridays. You guys want to, get a little live interaction. Sometimes we get deep in the feels over there too. I think I've shed a few tears over there, live on the internet. So if you guys want to possibly catch that again, who knows? Check it out Friday nights. Other than that, shedtimepodcast.com. So I'm still going to send out all those positive vibes and crisp high fives. Don't forget to tell somebody you love them. And as always, a little bag or dab will do you.
That is a fact, my friends. So once again, folks, like we said, check out shedtimepodcast.com. You got links to everything. And if you guys ever are looking for, someone to talk to, I know I'm there to help. Chris is definitely there to listen. You know what? We're out here. People will listen. There's always somebody willing to give you a minute of their time. So with that, folks, I'm going to remind you to don't let the bastards get you down. Be cool, don't be a dick, and whatever it is that you do, try and have some fun, because this is the Shedtime Podcast, and it's time to blow one up and blow one out.
I'm not crying. You're crying.